So, I just watched the Switch 2 Direct, and aside from the fact that the YouTube stream froze midway through, requiring us to move to a different stream, it was really good. Perfect? No, but I'll get to that. Looking at the system itself, there's not much to say when it comes to the actual design of the thing. It's the Switch, but bigger, with more ports, and hopefully no Joy-Con drift. God damn it. If we're going to start out with the positives, I really like the third-party support this thing is going to get. Sure, for now it's mostly going to be games that are already out on other platforms, but it really shows that Nintendo wants to get back into the console spotlight again. Not as a competitor to Sony and Microsoft per se, but just as an option. Which you could have said about the Switch 1, but with the tech being newer now, it's going to be a good option again for casual players, without having to worry too much about the frame rate. Especially since frame gen is starting to become more and more of a thing in this industry. Speaking of the third-party games, Cyberpunk, Borderlands 4, Final Fantasy VII Remake, perhaps Rebirth one day, Elden Ring, don't mind if I do. Elden Ring is looking kinda crusty at 30 FPS. Hopefully there will be a quality and a performance mode. A small part of me is gonna be really afraid of how Cyberpunk is gonna run on this thing. Like, I really don't want my house to randomly explode while playing it. I was originally a bit disappointed with the first party titles, because the new stuff they showed was really great, but a lot of the games were Switch 1 games getting Switch 2 upgrades. And the part where they focused on Mario Party Jamboree really gave me Vietnam flashbacks to the Kinect days. But then I realized that this is just the first Direct, so all the heavy hitters like Mario, Zelda, and hopefully Smash Bros. Will come later down the line. But anyway, these new Switch 2 versions of games will also come with higher resolutions and frame rates, which is cool, but for some of them, you have to pay an upgrade fee for them, which maybe I sound entitled, but that's a bit shitty in my opinion. Like, I already own the games themselves, why do I have to pay more money in order for them to play better on the better machine I already paid a shit ton of money for? I know Nintendo isn't the first one to do this, that was technically Sony, but it still kind of gives me the irks. Also, Sony, fuck you. I don't understand why this company has the hate booner it does for Bloodborne, to the point where even Nintendo has to step in and say, for fuck's sake, here's Bloodborne 2 already. But low-key, as a Souls fan, this is amazing. I generally never thought this was gonna happen, and I'm dying to see what this game is gonna be about. It being a multiplayer game does worry me a bit though. Don't get me wrong, almost every Souls game has multiplayer, but you can also play the game on your own if you so want to. However, here they're making it sound like multiplayer will be the front and center, which is fine as long as I can play it single player like with their other title, Elden Ring Night Rain. Looking at the actual first party titles, that being Mario Kart, Hyrule Warriors, Metroid Prime, sort of, Kirby Air Riders, something a lot of people got happy about, and Donkey Kong, they all looked great. I'm so fucking happy that we finally have a mode in Mario Kart where we can actually explore the world and shit, like in Diddy Kong Racing or Forza. I just hope they give us something to do in these worlds, like find collectibles and stuff. That would be amazing. Metroid Prime 4 looked gorgeous as all hell, and Hyrule Warriors is Hyrule Warriors. I'm sorry, I really don't care about Hyrule Warriors anymore. But it is cool that we're getting one final game in the world of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I just hope it's canon this time, guys. Kirby Air Riders I really didn't care for, but I'm happy for you guys. I know a lot of people want this. And Donkey Kong looked like it's going to be a really damn fun time. With all the climbing and smashing around, I think that this is going to be a great successor to Donkey Kong 64. I also think that it's the same team behind Mario Odyssey working on this one, but don't quote me on that. All around, it looks fun as fuck. But there was also some stuff in there that I didn't gel with as much. First of all, that Nintendo chat app looks, I mean, you know it's bad when Nintendo themselves can't even hide the fact how bad the video quality is in their own Direct. Like, on one hand, I'm happy that we're finally having a console way of talking to friends in voice chat, but on the other hand, you should have just put fucking Discord on here. It's the app everyone uses, and having to juggle two apps like this is going to be a pain in the ass. I at least hope they can add it as a secondary option or something. A step in the right direction, though. I also really don't like how much they focused on the Nintendo camera. Not only was it the main accessory for Mario Party Jamboree's side mode, but they also focused on it a lot while talking about the chat app. Which is insane because the video quality on the camera itself looked like ass. Like seriously, I'm pretty sure I can dig out my old Creative 2014 webcam and it will have about the same quality as this one. I really feel like this is going to be a 1-2 switch situation where it's going to be completely forgotten about after a while. I've seen some complaints about the launch tiles for the console being somewhat disappointing, but here's the thing, this exact thing happened with the first Switch. When the first Switch launched, the only real exclusive games on there was snipper clips. I mean, yeah, there was Breath of the Wild, but you could have bought that on Wii U if you really wanted to. What I'm trying to say here is that the library will be short for now, yes, but it's quite clear that Nintendo has a lot in store for this console, especially with the E3 season being around the corner. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Summer Games Fest will either be on a day before or after this Switch launches. However, the main thing people are talking about when it comes to this console are the prices. And like other people, I really don't like how new game prices have been increased once again. $70 with the launch of PS5 and Xbox Series X, I kind of understand. But even then, I found it to be bullshit considering the cost of microtransactions and DLC. But this right here is just outrageous. $80 for digital versions and $90 for physical. I've heard not all games will be like this, but I still really don't like it. And as I said earlier, I really don't gel with the idea that I have to pay to experience games in a better way on a console that I already paid a shit ton of money for. But Nintendo has stated that they are going to give out free updates as well to other Switch games, so there is that, I guess. By the way, going back to the cost, seriously, you guys in the US are fucking lucky. $450 for the console, $500 with Mario Kart. You know how much it costs here in Sweden? $740. Well, with Mario Kart, but fuck me, man, I hate Swedish tax. But if you honestly put aside these negatives, I think the Switch 2 can be a great successor to the original. It's the Switch but beefier and with more features. Exactly what people want. Me personally, I'm excited for it and I'm definitely gonna try to buy it day one. Actually, at the time of me recording this, I actually did manage to snag a pre-order. I'm not going through another PS5 situation. Though I definitely understand the people who are either waiting for it to get a price cut or skipping it entirely, especially with the other gaming handhelds in the market right now. But what did you think of the Switch 2 Direct? Please tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. See you guys then.